Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
There aren't many defenders, Peter, who assist more goals than Andy Robertson here.
He's tried one! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Well, that's confidence for you. Distance doesn't even bother him.
Now it's Kante. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. That's been cut out, well played. And it's Kante. And he's managed to get free. Puskás takes control. He's gone for goal! Decent enough try.
Puskás just can't be faulted for taking on the opportunity. That sort of distance is usually up his street.
And Puskás! That was superb goalkeeping.
Puskás clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
The most accurate pass. Raúl. Now it's Mbappé. Rijkaard. Can he get on the end of this? That is good alertness. Oh no, that was never going to make it. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Now it's Messi. Fernandes. Now that's a fine challenge. Madrid with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. There's the header! Just off target.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
That pass has been well intercepted. This looks promising. Oh, that's a key interception. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Puskás looking for the run, and there's green grass ahead of him. He came in hard, very hard. And it's Valverde. Oh, that's a fine interception. Rijkaard. Now it's Puskás. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Played out wide. Aims beyond the... And the finish! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
The pass is intercepted. Stood up well to him there. That pass isn't the best. Good ball, good take. Chance for a shot! They've scored! And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Madrid have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out. Borussia Dortmund are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Conte. Raul. And here's Raul. Mbappe. Now it's Kane. Threads one in. He's through here. No way through. Koundé. Raul. Borussia Dortmund finding their passes. Can he get it through? And here's Messi. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. That's good vision. Cleared away. And that's another good win of the ball. And it's Kane.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Kane. Raul.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Now it's Raul. Knocks it into space. Driving forward. He has found a way through. Oh, that's neat. Makaleli. Pass somewhat off target. Hernandez. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Looking to play him in. And he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. And the half-time whistle goes. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Here we go again then.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an overused term, but you really have to play with courage. Be brave, and let's see where it gets you. You might just get lucky because of it.
Puskás can see things, others simply... Mbappe! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Fernandez. He's on it, can he get away? Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Mbappe is onto this. No way through there. And this is Messi. Oh, no joy this time.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Messi. Raul. Now it's Puskás. Mbappe powering forward here. Now it's Mbappe. Tries to play it through. And that's a dangerous... Can he finish? It's a goal! Borussia Dortmund back on level terms.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
And that is expertly dealt with. 60 minutes played. Now it's Mbappe. Who saw this coming? Borussia Dortmund have come back from the very brink. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, that's fabulous. Takes a shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
We'll simply have to tip his hat to the keeper here because that was a magnificent save.
Pressing high and with purpose. Foot in. Koundé. Raul. Conte. And it's Valverde. Now it's Mbappe. He's in plenty of space here. Oh, smashing header! Oh, should really have made more of that.
That definitely had the element of surprise to it. Clearly came in when no one was expecting it, and it was drilled.
Hernandez. Conte. Rijkaard. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And this is Puskás. Pinches it off him. Valverde. Now it's Mbappe. Madrid do have a chance to counter here. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know.
Goes for a shot! Really well taken goal. And again they hit the front. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? This real chance! And that would have been game, set and match.
Alexander-Arnold has reacted in utter shock here. For him, the keeper has pulled off the impossible.
That has earned a reprieve for the time being. He can get that clear. Engages and forces him off the ball. And he's going to be disappointed with that. Conte. Now, can they get him away? And the shot! It's in! And this is getting better and better. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Kane demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Now, this could be a chance. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Well, there is concern on the faces of the players standing around him here. Cannavaro cuts out the pass. Now it's Mbappe. Great vision. Oh, delightful ball. That's a decent clearance. Well read, nice interception. Caught offside that time. That is ended up in no man's land. Koulibaly promptly onto that, and that is that. And that has not gone well. Now it's Messi. Tries to pass it through. Confirmation that there will be 4 minutes stoppage time. Rijkaard. Koundé. That's Rijkaard. Nicely weighted ball. Now it's Mbappe. Raúl. Puskás. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Not a lot that went glaringly wrong, but the result is one that will make them suffer. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Borussia Dortmund desperately failing to impose themselves on the game. Decidedly flat, disjointed in so many areas on the pitch, and you're never going to win like that.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. This place, these people and their heroes. The grand old stadium graced by so many greats of the Mexican game. But above all, a game always of its proud and passionate people. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Well, Fabio Cannavaro may not be a giant in physical terms, Jim, but his reputation, his presence are as imposing as they come.
Yeah, he's proof positive that being a top-class centre-half isn't all about physicality and height. You know, he's only 5 feet.
Tries a shot! And he's done it!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
And that really is so impressive.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Paris Saint-Germain are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Well, that has not gone well. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Just shapes to shoot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Makaleli applies the finish! That's a foul, no two ways about it. Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. And it's Azar. Oh, it's Bebeto. Oh, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Now he's one-on-one! And a chance! He has done it! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Yeah, he always had the measure of the keeper, and there was very little doubt as to how this was going to end up.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Good ball, good take. And it's played forward. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Raul. Aimed beyond the defence. And this is Bebeto. Bebeto unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And it's made its way to him. Now that is a hefty challenge. Danger averted for now. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. And the whistle has gone for a reckless challenge there. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. The player's body language here is a bit grim. It is not looking great at all. So here we are, a new chapter begins, new heroes will arise, new legends will be written. It is time to turn the page. Few venues rise to an occasion quite like this one. It is, of course, the world-famous Old Trafford. So off we go then. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Peter, I'm really impressed with this guy, Jude Bellingham. For one so young, he has wonderful intelligence and a great ability to read the game. The most expensive 17-year-old in the game too, and he's got a wonderful natural feel of space.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Nice bit of trickery. Vinicius Junior. Oh, easy pickings there. Rijkaard. That is Conte. Mbappe. Ruben Dias spots it and intercepts. Seedorf. That's a foul, no two ways about it. It's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Seedorf. Now it's Darwin. And here's Vinicius Junior. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. But that has not gone well. Bellingham.
You'd be disappointed with that.
Conte. It has been a rather gentle affair so far. That's an imaginative pass.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
And it's made its way to him. Mbappe was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And it's Hernandez. Conte.
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text about their respective uninvolvement.
It's a good 30, 35 yards out, this. Hernandez. Makaleli, a player so deservedly... And the shot! And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Manchester United looking to get their possession game going here.
Yeah, it can be very stylish and expansive to watch if they get it to the standard we know they can. But what's key is the number of ballers in the team. As long as they don't lose the purpose. If they keep the purpose and the urgency, all will be well.
Vinicius Junior in acres of space out wide. And the flag has stayed down. Oh, there's a probing ball. Now it's Puskas. Hernandez. Spread out to the left. Looking to play him in. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? That pass isn't the best. Hernandez is there, and he can pick it up. Aims beyond the defence. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Conte. Mbappe is onto this. And the shot! Goal! Manchester United! Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs, and when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
So the first goal of the game.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Hakimi. Stones. Now, can they get him away? Now it's Mbappe. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Raul. Darwin. Always onto this. Picked Mbappe. Mbappe! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Puskás. Now it's Mbappe. Looking for options for movement.
Borussia Dortmund truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Makaleli. That's Rijkaard. Hakimi gets a good foot in there. Some resolute defending there. Hernandez. And that is a little undercooked. Ruben Dias. And it's Seedorf. Manchester United finding their passes. Schlotterbeck wins the duel this time. Borussia Dortmund have reclaimed it.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Seedorf. There he goes, motoring forward. Oh, well played, well played. Conte. Puskás. Now it's Raul. He's a sharp little ball here. Caught offside that time. And that'll be the final action of the first half. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So off we go once more.
Borussia Dortmund really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Played out towards the right wing.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
He's found a way through. Now it's Mbappe. He is through here. Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. The chance to pull further clear. Wonderful save by Vitor Bayer. Oh, he's missed.
Not the best spot kick I've ever seen, but they've got to keep their heads up and chase this game.
They've played it short. Distributed tidily. Played in by... Oh, smashing header! Firm header, just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
Hakimi. And it's Rijkaard. Now it's Puskás, and he's worked it through. Goes for a shot! He scores! Borussia Dortmund back on level terms. We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Well, how cool was that? He was almost teasing the keeper then.
After 52 minutes is number 6.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing. That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
He's in a great position here. This looks promising. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
And that is as far as they're going to go. And here's Nunez. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking.
mission one has been accomplished, so why not continue with the same approach?
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Schlotterbeck.
The attendance for this match was
Hernandez.
70,987.
Raul. Hernandez. Now it's Kante. Now it's Puskas. Goes down, but nothing given. Now it's Puskas. He's being urged to... Big chance! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And it's Rijkaard. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Raul. Nunez. It's not an especially good pass, that. Puskas. Tries to play it through. Conte. That is ended up in no man's land. Raul going face-to-face with his great rival. Raul will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Tries to pass it through. He might be in here!
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Conte driving on and making good progress. Mbappe receives it in a good position here. Oh, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Now it's Mbappe. Has crossed into the middle. And a chance! Loose. And one more try! Quality ball. And he's in on goal. Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. Borussia Dortmund have themselves a chance from the spot. So having trailed, this to go ahead. And they've turned it round. Not much more than a formality.
A picture of confidence, that was never missing.
Borussia Dortmund go into the lead.
I just think this has been a lesson in character, togetherness and composure. I think most teams would have crumbled by now.
Shoots! He scored! They have stolen level at the last! And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. So all square with almost no time remaining.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. Great vision. Now it's Mbappe. Pinged towards the front line. Seedorf carries the ball down the right. And that will be it. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end, not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaints. Mbappe picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise
We are
there.
glad to inform you that today's match day
So, Jim, how do you
programs are
reflect
available
on
from
what we've
stands
seen?
located
Well,
by
neither
the
side
gate.
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. It is a deep, deep sea of yellow, beautifully effervescent yellow. That is what you're faced with when you come to Dortmund. So that's got things underway. What an impressive figure Oliver Kahn cuts.
Yeah, they call him the Titan, Peter, and the reasons are fairly obvious. As personalities go, we're talking big.
As close as you get to goalkeeping perfection. Rijkaard. Puskas. Oh, that's a Van Basten! He's delivered all right!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Bayer Leverkusen finding themselves unexpectedly behind. And it's Kaka. Saka. And here's Platini. Rodri. Conte. Kaka. And it's Alexander-Arnold. And Gabriel. Saka. So just the one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. In with the challenge. Van Basten. Rodri. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Rodri. And this is Puskas. And he's managed to get free. And he shoots! And that is doing no harm at all.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get. Saka. Bayer Leverkusen clearly are trying to establish themselves as a team that likes to retain the ball, Peter.
And it's a good watch, Jim, isn't it?
Well, it is, and it's always a pleasure for me to see a team move the ball in silky fashion like this. But you know what's coming next, Peter. It has to be with a mean cutting edge.
Gabriel. Gabriel has got himself a free kick. Yellow or red? It is red. Borussia Dortmund are down to 10 men. Rijkaard is the team's great visionary. Gabriel. And Adams. Saka. And it's Kaka. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Gabriel. Tries to pass it through. Messi. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Bayer Leverkusen looking to pass their way through. Mbappe! Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Bayer Leverkusen clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
That's Rijkaard. Oh, good spread.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Rodri. Platini. It's a really well-measured ball. Alexander-Arnold. Saka. Kaka. Bayer Leverkusen finding their passes. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And it's Kaka. And he's there to make the challenge. The referee's awarded a free kick. And he is going into that little black book. Mbappe.
Borussia Dortmund really should be happy to let it...
It's Lewandowski! Oh, it's come loose. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Hakimi did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Rodri into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Oh, super find. Goes for a shot! It's there! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
Borussia Dortmund are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
And here's Messi. Oh, what chance for a shot! Goal! On the cusp of half-time, he delivers with perfect timing. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now, all of a sudden, it seems the belief is back.
And the half-time whistle goes. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it. What do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think we're seeing a very good example of what to do when you're a man light. Some of the covering play has been hugely impressive, and that owes a lot to focus and discipline, which have been top-notch, of course, since the sending off.
Borussia Dortmund head into the half-time break with a narrow advantage. It is 2-1. If you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. And here's Mbappe. Rijkaard. And here's Platini. Mbappe. And it's Alexander-Arnold. And it's Rijkaard. Now it's Messi. And the finish! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Lewandowski actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Cannavaro gets it, shoots! Decent enough try.
Saka certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Conte. Yeah, that looks a decent ball. Chance! Oh, taken with style!
Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. It is a deep, deep sea of yellow, beautifully effervescent yellow. That is what you're faced with when you come to Dortmund. So that's got things underway. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, it's hard not to be impressed with Achraf Hakimi, who has proven himself in many of the top leagues at such a young age, Peter. He's tactically very astute, he's versatile anywhere on that right flank, and you see him make overlap after overlap, and he loves to stretch.
Gravenbach! It's wide, but only just.
Oh, he got lots of power behind that, just couldn't quite get it on target.
Rabiot.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Shanghai Shenhua have got it back and they'll have another go. Well, he's hit it long, but astray. Hakimi, Cannavaro demonstrating his defensive quality there. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. Now face to face with the keeper, and the shot! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
There's the shot! Has another go! It's fallen kindly here. Goal! Borussia Dortmund! The breakthrough strike. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Played out wide. In towards the back stick. Schlotterbeck can get it clear. Oh, there's a probing ball. Can he spark a counter here? Rijkaard looking to get on the end of this. And it's Azar. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Saliba did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Schlotterbeck. Van Basten. Now it's Yamal. Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it. And it's Hakimi. Oh, he's been caught napping. And he's whipped it across. Courtois claims it. Safe hands.
Shanghai Shenhua really are trying to go early and direct here, Peter. There's definitely a conscious effort.
Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. He knows what's coming, a second yellow, and he's off. Well, the protest continues, but in the end they are defending the indefensible. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. Pulisic! Oh, smart save, he had plenty to do.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
Pass somewhat off target. Nicely weighted ball. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. Chance here to counter. Chips it through. Look at the... Can he finish? and kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Lamine Yamal clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Oh, what a climb! He's missed, but not by that far.
Rabiot is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
He's had it taken off him. Now it's Yamal. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Hakimi makes the interception. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Borussia Dortmund clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And no surprise, that's a booking. He does seem to be in considerable discomfort. I do hope it's nothing serious. Hakimi tries to cross, climbs up big, sticks it away. They have come roaring back.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Rodri gets his final warning.
He just needs to find the control button on his aggression before the ref does it for him, Peter.
Shanghai Shenhua have their second corner now, and it's been taken short. And now they can spring out of defence. Engages and forces him off the ball. Now it's Yamal. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Looking for options for movement. Real chance! Oh, taken with style! And the game is well and truly turned on its head.
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
Shanghai Shenhua go into the lead.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
And here's Yamal. Oh, well played. That'll be a corner. This possibly the last play of the half. Rabiot! No question, this is the man you want to get onto the end of things. Now it's Kante. He's got away. And this is Van Basten. Big chance! They've done it! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should...
And the whistle goes for half-time. Borussia Dortmund are finally getting a much-needed break. It's been absolutely breathless stuff so far. How's the first half compared with your expectations?
Well, we've seen at times it can be harder to play against 10, and that seems to be holding true so far. Something I've experienced in the past, and with this sort of intensity and fearlessness, who knows, they might just get something they want.
Quite a half. More of the same, please. Score at the interval, 2-2.
Substitutions taking place.
There's the whistle then to start the second half. Couldn't squeeze it through. And it's Rabiot. And he's worked it through. He has found the way through. Now here's the delivery. Oh no, it's an own goal!
I don't think he knew too much about it, Peter. It comes off him awkwardly.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Look, often chances are hard to come by in these games, so just one mistake could be all it takes to make the difference.
Van Basten. James. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. Yamal.
Might want to be careful there.
James. Rabiot. Rabiot was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Now it's Mbappe. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Now it's Mbappe. Neatly clipped into space. Oh, shooting chance! And yes, it's there! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
There was to be only one outcome.
Not even a hint of hesitation. That is such a cool finish.
So all square, and not for the first time.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
The attendance for this match was 60,810.
James providing an outlet on that flank. Now then, the ball's come loose. James showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Rijkaard. Now it's Mbappe. Gravenberg. Gives it back. And here's Mbappe. He's in a great position. It's Van Basten! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
It's their second corner of the game. Shanghai Shenhua are looking to go forward now. Well, no question, that's a foul. And he is going into that little black book. Can he get it through? Oh, that's a key interception. And here's Van Basten. And it's Hazard. And here's Mbappe. Rodri. Good ball, good take. That's a foul, no two ways about it. And he has shown him a yellow card. Can he get on the end of this? James picks it up out wide. He's having a shot! No mistake! And they're back in front! Lacking for neither time nor space. It could scarcely have been more straightforward.
Mbappe really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
Number 11,
Shanghai Shenhua get themselves into the lead.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
Hakimi deals with that comfortably.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Yamal. Conte. Hazard. Looking for the run. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Conte. It is looking like the end. If anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
All they need is one big chance, and it may do the trick. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Ball's out once more.
Borussia Dortmund really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Now it's Grafenberg. And he was quick to react. Now it's Van Basten. And he plays one through. Shapes to shoot! And in for the pieces! Rabiot. Gravenberg,
There will be 3 minutes
and the number on the
added
board
time.
is 3. No, that's been intercepted. That's a lovely, neat pass. Now it's Mbappe. James, who does have an assist to his name. And there goes the final whistle. Borussia Dortmund played more than a part in what has been a very exciting game. A game that began